feedback and other things. So yeah, welcome Roots Reggae Radio. Conscious headphones. I was hearing before. Yeah, that's a little better. That's cool. And then turn me up in the headphones. You could be, yes sir. So I don't feel like I shouted. Thank you. So yeah, we're there. Roots Reggae Radio, Conscious Thought. Here we are on a Wednesday, the 9th of August. Well, yesterday was January. Anyway, here we are. I want to start the show and reach out to my brethren and sisters out there who are celebrating the life of Iauwata Celebration. He is and will always be that person in all of our lives. I am grateful to have had the opportunity to share some time with him. Fortunate that we got some filming done. I put up the one with the fiddler. It probably had like 20 views. And by last week it had over 200 views. So people got to see Iauwata work with somebody of great talent and how he brought that talent out to the person. The thing I remember most about him, even before his passing, was the numbers of people who tell me he played on their album or helped them write their first debut single or their debut album, or the list of artists is incredible. So Iauwata, musician, father, mentor, patron, teacher, and contributor, reggae music locally, nationally, internationally, internationally. This Saturday, August the 12th, is a tribute fundraiser. As you know, the sad part of our lives is that the funeral thing actually costs a whole lot of money in this country. So, we need ones and ones to come out and get a ticket, have dinner, and celebrate his life. It's going to be held at the Toronto Plaza Hotel this Saturday, August the 12th. The address is 1677 Wilson Avenue. That's 1677 Wilson Avenue. What are you paying for your $35? You're getting a meal, and you're getting performances by people like Esco Levi, Petra, Liberty Silver, Truths and Rights, Moja, the Iauwata Band and the Paul Brothers, hip hop, Yanis, Empress Divine, Trayson, and Human Rights, Jimmy Reed, Jackie James. And these are just the people who have said yes so far, and there's more coming. So there'll be a lot of talent on display, a lot of love in the room, and a whole heap of music, and that's what Iauwata was about. So I'll start out the show as usual with my fire tunes. People think that, you know, because we dance to them, we're somehow missing the message of the tune. We don't. So I'm going to start the show with Morgan Heritage. I'm going to hopefully be interviewing Denroy Morgan by about 7:45 tonight. So this is his sons, this is his children. So I'm going to play them first tune tonight. Run through, my brother. Still I fight Rasta. Power don't seem to care. It's the fight is so hard. one people. I'm making a Jamaica.
Back to back?
I'll always come in and hopefully in this week. Can you version of Hallelujah? 1 to 2 minutes, and 1 to 8 minutes. When we're working in we can do that in 8-minute one, it's low so we can talk.
Okay, alright. Now, the 8-minute one you want during the interview?
And we have to low pace. Stop.
So when you're ready, you want to play it now or after? You let me know.
Yeah, man. Tell me how come we have all this suffering in Jamaica with all the money that Jamaica generates. We come here every week and we talk about it, this colonial implanted government. Everybody knows what is happening, so at some point, without any gun works and any violence, we have an opportunity to make a change in what is happening to Jamaicans. If we can change it in Jamaica, we can change it globally. Jamaica is one of them places in the world where the Commonwealth will never let it go. America will never let it go. So since we know that and since we're so popular, come we start find a way to defend ourselves better, defend our people and defend our children. The amount of guns in our country is too much. The murder rate is too much. You can't tell me that the government doesn't know. They live there every day, so they know what's going on. And due to massive corruption and also taking care of our bourgeois Jamaicans, ghetto Jamaicans suffer too much. As a Jamaican, I find it embarrassing when people come over here and brag about having maids or helpers. And if we move on, go with that mentality. That is a colonial mentality that you're perpetrating, and I know some of you really still proud of it, but when you're there around me, some of them are proud of you. So that's like on that note, I want to big up the one called Usain Bot. I wanted him to win the race. Everybody wanted him to win. But then how it turned out to me was even a bigger blessing. He didn't win the race. He came third. And he was so classy. It showed the why Usain Bot is great, how classy he is. They've been bowling Justin Gatlin for weeks and months in a star. Them boo the man every time them introduce him, them boo him. Me say, when they get to the tape and Gatlin dip everybody, the boo them go up, you know. You see, and then in a gesture of deep respect, Gatlin goes down on 2 knees and bows before the king of track and field, Usain St. Leo Bolt. And Bolt picks him up and hugs him and has a nice moment with him, congratulating his brethren and his competitor on running a great race. Them boy in Gatlin, I look at them and say, America them really hate, you know. It's not Gatlin them hate, it's America them hate. American power. That this guy can get banned twice, but he's still running at the top speed in the world, beating the greatest sprinter of all time. So the world is angry that this man was given an opportunity to come back and still do it, where a man like Ben Johnson was just banned for life out of political horseshit. Canada not a clout, America have a clout, so people hate that American power. But if you strip that away and you focus on what Justin Gatlin is and who he is, you get to realize that as a competitor, I don't want to cost the man when he might take steroids, you know. How come you don't want to give him praise when he beat Bolt clean the other night? He wasn't taking steroids. In order to make it to that race, he was tested, right? So how come you don't give him any props for running it clean and beating your hero? Usain Bolt didn't buy into all that foolishness. He just went and hugged his friend. And when he got on the podium later, he defended him. That's why I love Usain Bolt. Not only is he truly the greatest sprinter the world has ever known, he's an icon, a true icon, and humble. And that is a greater representation of Jamaica to me than some of these bourgeois Jamaicans that are killing the ghetto. Usain Bolt is from the ghetto. Bob Marley is from the ghetto. The greatest things in Jamaica come from the ghetto. Black, gold, and green run through the whole of Jamaica. Yeah, some of the people living in the middle class and the upper class are some good people. I have a Wilper friend that is considered them thing there. And then people, the reason me and my friends kind of don't buy into the colonial bullshit, but they're still a part of it. And because they're a part of it, they have to dig in and figure out how we have to bridge a gap amongst all Jamaicans. This colonial queen at the top and the ghetto people and black people at the bottom. It will shift, it is shifting. As I played last week, you find out about Usain Bolt having to live with discrimination in his own country because he's black and rich. It's true. The maps are redskin Jamaican and like when they're moving out of the neighborhood, him too black. Yeah, that's how it rolls in Jamaica still, today. You know, see, them boy have to move on, go. If you go live somewhere, go live in England. Go live in England where that stuff is accepted and it's part of the lifestyle. We need to change that in Jamaica. We point out where the talent in our country comes from. Saying RasTafari did not come from bourgeois people. It came from Leonard Percival Howell, from an educated man from the ghetto. Marcus Mosiah Garvey, one of the greatest intellectual minds ever. Ghetto. One of you know yourself. What they so-called ghetto. No man, we're bigger and stronger than that. Saying big up to Usain Bolt for not allowing the world to make him hate on his own brother. He hugged him and protected him, and more black people need to learn how to do that. It was easy for him to pick on Gatlin and alienate himself from him because the world made it out that Gatlin was this bad kid. He's not. Justin Gatlin is a great competitor, and if I bow down, I respect the youth saying, and I love what Usain Bolt did. He taught me how to be a better person in that one moment. That whole thing, it couldn't have gone. If he had won gold, it would have been the expected. He came third and still made the champion Gatlin feel like a champion. He didn't take away from it in any way. And man, that is a level of respect that I didn't think I could respect the youth anymore, but here I go. I went to play next Morgan Heritage, you know. Liberation. I like that tune there. I like the message. Run tune, brother.
I want to step up that.
Liberation,
You want it like after or before it is anywhere?
Just bring it in and then after you can get it around.
Okay.
Rastafari call it, so we come.
Liberation, whoa, chant, boy, Rasta man chant, boy, whoa, chant, boy, liberation, boy, whoa, chant, boy, Rasta man chant, boy, whoa, chant, boy.
Hey yo, a vision came to me about the liberation of the Rasta man seeds. And the truth is we can't get to be what we really want to be. Being held back by your own country. As I was taught it's best never to take less under this heavy stress. Because if I get the lower hand and you get the upper hand, tell me what the chances are of me becoming the leader that I was born to be. Systematically it's a 1 in a million chance you see. Over there, over here, the time is not strapped on the armor and the gear. Yeah, yeah, the road is hot, but I will never stop. We shouldn't have been the ones to be reaping you. Drop what you think I am, I'm not. Your charges could never be dropped. There's no reward for those who turn their back on God.
Rasta man chant, boy, whoa, chant, boy, liberation, boy, whoa, chant, boy.
Free man, woman, and child. All the world we jump for every Rasta man. Liberate my people, God justice. Message to all the hands of government today. To job belongs all authority. Message to you, you better set your people free. For wrath and judgment of Jah is the reward for captivity. Peace
Chant boy. Liberation.
captivity, peace
Yeah, Rasta man. Them chant, woy, woy, woy. Yeah. One of my favorite lines from that song is Rastafari call we so we come. Rastafari call we. So the whole of we come. We follow the call of Rastafari. We're not talking about no perfection business. We're talking about respect for self, honor, respect, integrity, nobility. I'm finding that I can't help myself but to repeat it. Honor, respect, integrity, and nobility. It don't mean that that is who you are every minute, every second, every day, you know. It is just who you aspire to be. So, I got news. I didn't see it. I got news that a young lady was attacked on Caravana. It sounds like say them one said she kind of put herself in the position, and she was supposed. I wasn't there, so just bear with me. So it seems she was raped by 3 young gentlemen. And I got them gentlemen still, but 3 males. So young lady is coping with it right now. From what the news feed is saying, she's contemplating suicide because the thing has gone viral. And you know, it sure is a heavy price to pay for however long it took. She have to carry that for the rest of her days. But I went and said to this young lady right now, if anybody even know her, it is nothing to kill yourself over. Suicide is not the solution here. It's a hard lesson to learn. But suicide is just not where you need to go with this. So I hope somebody close to her can deal with her and keep her head up, you know. But when they go viral on the internet, when anything that happened to a woman, it's always gonna be there. So I don't know if she have any children yet, or when she does, how that will play out, you know. And to the children them out there, the people them who stood around and supposedly watched that happen, I don't understand anything like that. So I can't blame the nasty boys, them as the people are calling them. Or I can blame the society in which I live that fosters this behavior. It happened yesterday, it happened at Woodstock, it happened last week, it happened in the Roman Empire of Caligula, it happens in Detroit this morning, tomorrow in Washington, New York, Paris, many parts of Africa. It happens over and over again. But it's there in Toronto, you know, so I feel like I'm my town, so I'm just wondering what us brethren out there are thinking and seeing as it pertains to this. I'm going to run a tune. I'm going to run a tune. I'm going to run a ganja too. Want liberation, want freedom for ganja. So I'm going to give Collie Budz. Run.
Right.
Somebody. Okay, right.
Oh, yes.
Finally the herbs come around. The hybrid when me a look for me get it by the phone, yeah. Sweet sense me a come around. Me a take a little chop and pass it around. So finally the herbs come around. The hybrid when man a look for me stock it by the phone, yeah. When Babylon a come around, ask them where them a go search for. Ever since the earth slow down, police and road boy them in a showdown. Them a search round the compound. If no man a now we down. Peace and a not like me ground. So tell the youth them not get real. Too much talk and cocaine a make the world a feel alien.
Yo!
No ganja, no slip a bill. Only thing we a make man feel still. When me say, finally the herbs come around. The hybrid when me a look for me get it by the pound,
yeah.
When Collie come around, your guns
Come on, tune the salute from the sound, yeah.
finally the herbs come around. The hybrid when me a look for me stock it by the pound, yeah. When Babylon come around, ask them where them a go search for.
And I'm doing it. Step on the internet.
High school, get the herb. Like scared.
It's one viral.
Oh my God.
I don't know the funny. I will look later. I will look later when we come up ready. I'm gonna know how much I can really watch. What? Yeah, from the sound, yeah. Finally the herbs come around. If I quit when man I look for me stock it by the phone, yeah. When Babylon come around, ask them with them I go search for. I one guy called Budz. To all the people them out there that get the YouTube filming next week or tomorrow or the next day or whenever. The car sounds and all of that, psycho sometimes, it's nice, eh? It's unique to what I do, alright? And some of you won't be able to get it on your phones or whatever other devices outside of laptops or desktops. I cannot control that. YouTube decides what is. Once you flag with a copyright violation, them decide how they're going to present you on YouTube. So for all the music why I play, and probably that's why I get it, it's because we now paying our royalties, so play music and we enjoy ourselves. You see? So I wanna thank Miss Antoinette for reminding me that today is the International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples. We're supposed to be celebrating all the first people. You understand? All the original people. And not aboriginal. There's nothing abnormal about them. They're original people. I wonder what it means, to celebrate such a thing. What's the true celebration, acknowledgement of their presence? But we still treat them like shit. Yeah, but, big up to you for being first. I know I sound cynical, but I cannot help it. Sin. And then it's like, the news the other day, it comes up all over again every year. There's a huge debate, not even a debate. There's a topic of the Twin Towers, World Trade Center coming down. And they're trying to say if it was a controlled demolition, because now they're giving into the fact that it could have been a controlled demolition. They're now asking you and me to explain who would have done it. I don't care who do it. I'm not explain that to nobody. I'm telling you those towers were blown up on purpose. That's what we're telling you. We watched it happen. We watched 2 towers got hit by 2 planes, and both of them came crashing straight down. Like, that's unnatural. And then the third tower that wasn't hit by anything came down exactly the same way. Stop arguing. The eye test is an amazing thing, you know. Can't recreate that. So, them words called emancipation and independence again. Once you are emancipated and independent, that kind of hogwash propaganda they like to push up under your nose, and we buy it. We need to stop buying these things, seek a more spiritual existence, and question the authority around you. So we're looking forward to the one called Denroy Morgan tonight. Ras Denroy Morgan, the matriarch of a very powerful reggae family, you know? So we're looking forward to that. He has an album out right now with VP Records, and you know, we're gonna talk about this album. Yeah, I'm going to play a tune off the album, which is a cover of one of what the Marleys did, Bob Marley and the Wailers did, and it suits the theme of what we talk about in the show as it pertains to emancipation and independence. Run tune selector. What? Is deeper. Look here. You right
Great God will come from the sky and wash away everything.
Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up for your rights. One of my favorite Bob Marley tunes. Sick and tired of the ism, schism. It I ain't go to heaven in Jesus' name, Lord. We know when we overstand. And Ras Denroy Morgan says, Almighty God is within every man. Nice play on the words. Ras Denroy. Looking forward to talking to you about your album. In the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna run some more tunes. So this, when I used to do a thing called Lions Den on a Monday night, and I always wanted a theme song for it. So this was the one I chose back in the day. This one is Morgan Heritage, and it's called Reggae Music. The Heavenless Riddim, one of my favorite rhythms. What? Select that.
Sounds will come and sounds will go, but it's your sound remains forevermore. Sounds will come and sounds will go, but it's your sound remains forevermore. Reggae music, and they can't get this out. Reggae music. The road is reggae music, and you can't get this out, it's reggae music. RasTafari said the sound, it's a sound created in the heart of the ghetto. Amongst the people, the system rejects you. Check the history and you will realize it's a sound that will always survive. If you through ups and downs and get back from all angles, like a lion is no king in this musical jungle. It's your sound, you put all of us to rest. It's such a man up in your chest. Hey, sounds will come and sounds will go, but it's your sound remains forevermore. Sounds will come and sounds will go, but it's your sound remains forevermore. It's reggae music, they can't get the sound. It's reggae music, we run the road. It's reggae music. Can't get this out, it's reggae music. Check this out, what they shout, just like they spread their propaganda, say RasTafari dead. Also they spread their propaganda, say this your song are dead. But for sure we're alive, and for sure we survive. All of their evil is life. Cause it is from the ghetto where everything is rough, so get it out your mind. Think it no time, that we won't be there when the smoke clears. This sound is going nowhere. Hey, sounds will come and sounds will go, but it's your sound remains forevermore. Sounds will come and sounds will go, but it's your sound remains forevermore. It's reggae music, they can't get us out. It's reggae music, and we rock the road. It's reggae music, they can't get us out. It's reggae music, it's reggae music. Yeah. Every sound is at war, everyone is against this war. Every sound is at war, and they're all against this sound. This sound is your rebel sound. Hey, sound will come and sound will go, but it's your sound remains forevermore. Sound will come and sound will go, but it's your sound remains forevermore. Sound created in the heart of the ghetto. Amongst the people, the system rejects you. Check the history and you will realize it's a sound that will always survive. You get through ups and downs and get fights from all angles, but like a lion, it's the king in this musical jungle. It's your sound, put all of us to rest.
It's like dominate your chest. Reggae music, did I feel in a king? Does it for the planet? Sounds will come and sounds will go. Yeah man, reggae music, get all kind of fight all over the world. Sounds will come and sounds will go, but reggae music just has this wonderful spiritual energy, speaks on a spiritual frequency that is overstood by all spiritual sentient beings. We feel it, you know. It's not a Now you play a reggae music thing, you just feel reggae. Whether you're playing the instruments or you're sitting down listening to it, reggae is about feel. It's really hard to teach somebody feel. Either you have it or you don't. So, being a reggae soldier is just knowing your role and knowing your path. In determining the path of Reggae Media, we decided, can't take all the credit, for real, trust me. Roots Reggae Radio.ca, TorontoReggae.ca, CanadianReggaeWorld.com. All three of us have come together to try to elevate reggae media in Toronto, in Canada, and maybe even going out globally. The three of us are going to work together in promoting local events or international events, whatever we can, in ways that, it's tangible. So when we do promote shows, people come out to the shows because we said so, which is kind of cool to have because we've been working at it for a long time. All three of us have really good face time in the social media world, So we're just putting it all together and seeing what we can do, not only to advertise on reggae radio and shows and all that, but businesses. If you want the reggae market, we got it. There's nobody out there don't hear what one of us is saying. We have a lot of crossover clients and fans, which is cool. But them have fans, me not have, and me have fans, them not have. And we're bringing them all together, and hopefully we'll all have the same set of fans. And then we continue to grow exponentially. This is how we should have been doing the reggae thing from a long time, as opposed to always waiting for grants and loans and too many grants, because the grant system, like I said, softens you up. We need some soldiers out here to hustle the game and create something, So yeah, I'm going to run a tune, I'm feeling kind of like, to bless some of the people out there, So Garnett Silk is a youth where I have a way of saying certain things. Run tune, my brother. So, he's supposed to be talking at 7:45.
All the enemies of Jah.
So,
Know that the Lord God of the Almighty shall put the end of his enemies. Jah, Rastafari, let's start first. Oh, let God arise, let his enemies be scattered. Let them also that hate him be flee before him. As smoke is driven away, so drive them away. As wax melted before the fire, so let the wicked perish at the presence of God. Well, let the righteous be glad. Let them rejoice before God, yea. Let them exceedingly rejoice. Sing unto God, sing praises to his name. Extol him that rideth on the heavens. By his name, Jah, Rastafari. The strength of Redeemer who leaves the rooms and reign over all living things. The Father of the fatherless, and the judge of who he does, is God in his holy habitation. God set up his sanitary families. He bringeth home those which are bound with the chains. The rebellious dwell in dry land. O God, to Rastafari, the celestial part of strength of Redeemer, when thou wentest before thy people. When thou did march through the wilderness, Selah, the earth shook, the heavens also dropped at the presence of God. But even China itself was moved at the presence of God, Rastafari, the Celestial first, the God of Israel. Though, O God, Rastafari, the Celestial Father, strength and Redeemer, did send a plentiful rain, whereby thou did confirm thy inheritance when it was weary. Thy congregation hath dwelt therein. Though, O God, Rastafari, the Celestial Father, strength and Redeemer, hath prepared of thy goodness for the poor. Lord God, John the Almighty, and his last your Father, strength and Redeemer, gave the word. Great was the company of those that published him. Kings and armies did flee days, and she that tarried at home divided the spoil. Though ye have lain among the pots, yet shall ye be as the wings of a dove covered with silver, and her feathers yellow gold. When the Almighty God, the Rastafari, his last your Father, strength and Redeemer, scattered kings in it was white as snow in summer. The hill of God, the Rastafari, the Celestial Father, strength and Redeemer, is as the hill of Bashan, and high hill as the hill of Bashan, YBB. I hear it. This is a hill which God, the RasTafari, Selassie the first, desired to dwell in. Yea, the Lord God, the Almighty, Selassie who promised to redeem with ability in it forever. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord God, the Almighty, Selassie who promised to redeem is among them. As they shine eye in the holy place. Thou hast descended on high. Thou hast led captivity captive. Thou hast received gifts from man. Yea, for the rebellious also. But the Lord God, the Almighty, Selassie, who Father, strength and Redeemer, might dwell among them. Blessed be the Almighty God, the RasTafari, Selassie, who Father, strength and Redeemer, who daily leadeth us with benefits. Even the God of our salvation, Selah. He that is our God is the God of salvation. And unto God, the RasTafari, Selassie, who Father, strength and Redeemer, the Lord belongeth the issues for death. But the Lord God, the Almighty, Selassie, who Father, strength and Redeemer, shall rule the head of his enemies. And here is the count of such an one as God.
Yeah, you know. The one called Garnett Silk, you know, you could have preached to a song, eh? One of the things I loved about him, on top of his very powerful voice, you know. Yeah, at this point I just want to say again that this coming Saturday, Iauwata Celebration, there will be a celebration of his life at a place called Toronto Plaza Hotel. It's a tribute and a fundraiser. Admission and dinner is $35. There's a Scotia Bank, Bank of Nova Scotia account for those people out there who wish to make some kind of support. You know, on a well-known say, funerals cost a ton. Iauwata, our brethren, you know, as great as he was in life, let's show some respect and love as we have to move him along into where he needs to be. So we know how expensive these things are. So I'm hoping for some generous hearts from the people who say they loved him. Yeah, and I'm definitely one of them, so I'll see you on Saturday for sure. I want to play our next tune. This is from the album Ras Denroy Morgan. I've been in business for quite a while, hoping that we're going to hear from him tonight. We'll run them same tune again because I love these things. This one is just a praise. Now his name of the track is called Hallelujah.
This one, then the next one? The next one?
The next one, yeah. Yeah, right, yeah, like a taste of. Yeah, there you go.
I will say of the Most High is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the voice of the pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shall thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction.
Vai ser lá e escuta mais show, tô.
Because a thousand shall fall at thy
Nice ride.
And 10,000 have died right here.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have come.
Yeah, that's where we are. That's Ras Denroy Morgan. Just played a couple of tracks off his album. We'll run tracks again later on when we have an opportunity to speak with him and reason with him about where he is in his musical career and all the questions we want to ask. So I had put out a question to some friends of mine, and I asked, I usually try to, sometimes, like everybody else in the world, I am exceedingly opinionated. So sometimes when I'm so sure about something, quite often I am proved wrong, or my perception of the situation is different than I first thought. So sometimes you have to kind of take a step back and watch yourself and think about the situation, and so it led me to the NFL again and Colin Kaepernick situation. And I can't let this one go because he just keeps coming back. It keeps giving. It's one of them gifts that keeps giving. Now they're talking about, how come Colin Kaepernick isn't signed? They just signed a guy named Jay Cutler, who's one of the, they said for the Chicago Bears, the years he was there is one of the, they thought he was gifted, but then also thought he was one of the worst quarterbacks in the history. He never panned out to what they thought he would become. So he got signed, and other quarterbacks are getting signed, but not Colin Kaepernick. So some people are talking about boycotting the NFL in support of Colin Kaepernick. Well, if you want to go and get him his job back and get him paid, I think that's very generous of you. But what's possible now is that you're missing the point. I'm not working hard to get Colin Kaepernick a job. I'm talking about what we should be talking about, which is police brutality. The reason why he is in a position he's in is because he is protesting police brutality. And in taking a knee when the American national anthem, whose fourth verse celebrates slavery, Colin Kaepernick is being, quote unquote, I love this term, blackballed by the NFL. What the American system is about, and including the president who took a personal stand in this fight, one of his citizens is talking about the brutality of the police against black people, and Donald Trump is threatening any of these NFL teams if they ever hire this guy. He personally is gonna go after them. What Donald Trump is telling you, and the NFL itself is endorsing with their actions, is police brutality. They're saying it's okay every once in a while when one of y'all gets shot and killed, even if it's on national television, if it's an unarmed black person, shit happens. Just deal with it. It's okay. It's been going on a long time. You guys should be used to it by now. Well, let's get off of Kaepernick getting his job back, and let's focus on what the real news item is. Colin Kaepernick is speaking boldly about police brutality. What's this need for me to question Colin Kaepernick's motives? or the fact that he's light-skinned, or that he's a glory seeker, or to give me something in his personal life to distract me from the cause of humanity. We're talking about abuse. We're talking about the abuse of black people that is ongoing and seemingly accepted, not by me though, okay? The reason I talk like this is because I don't accept it. There's got a lot of people out there, black and white, are probably saying to themselves, Virgin, get over yourself, man. This is how shit works out sometimes. Not for me. I will speak on it because if I had an opportunity to make any changes in life, this is one of the ones that I would definitely go at. The colonial mentality of the plantation owner, they say up to 80% of the owners of the NFL and the NBA teams are Jewish multi-billionaires. Jewish, 80%. The same set of people we talk about what Hitler did to them are endorsing what white supremacist police are doing to black people. The same people. This is what we need to be talking about. The people with the money and the power, it's cool if they beat up on niggas and degrade them and keep them out of a job, you know. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf was the first guy I knew of who spoke out openly about how Americans were treating Muslims around the world, and he refused to stand for the American anthem back in the day, and they kicked him out of the league and thought it was over. But I keep bringing up Mahmoud's name because he inspires me greatly. What Colin Kaepernick is doing is inspiring me greatly. Let me be clear, man, I don't think Colin Kaepernick should actually even want to play football ever and for the rest of his life. I can't tell him what to do. I know it would be a difficult decision for me if I was under 30 years old and you told me to give up soccer back in them days. I couldn't do that, and I wasn't getting paid half. I wasn't getting paid 100th of what he's doing. I played for free, and I wouldn't want to give it up. So, as a young man, it's a hard thing to ask him to want to do, but the stance for humanity sometimes it exacts a very heavy payment as it pertains to the money that he could be putting in his bank account. Saying that, you know, more black players need to get up and stand with him, that's cool. More people of all colors. But what if a white player like Tom Brady was to do it? Would the league and the country say, okay, you know what, Tom Brady says it's happening to his brothers in arms on the football field. These are my brothers, and our country brutalizes my brothers, and I want to step up on their behalf. Would it change it, or would they degrade and disrespect Tom Brady? These are some of the things that we're not talking about. Tom Brady's voice, as it is for Native women, for white women as it pertains to Native women, the greatest voice for a Native woman is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girl standing up in front of Native women and willing to give her life for that woman. And humans of all shapes and sizes need to step up on behalf of people who suffer from domestic abuse. And we so definitely need to step up on the American and the Canadian police for the brutality of black people and Native people. So, I'm gonna play some more music now. I'm gonna play a little bit more music tonight. So, you know, the pride I speak of, you know, is today I was out in the sunshine, you know. I get up and I'm gonna go outside and I just realize the sun did shine. I had a whole heap of work to do to prepare for the show tonight that I hadn't written down all kinds of business. And I had to stop myself and sit down outside and notice like about 10 butterflies. Butterflies make my life so much better. So I was soaking up the sun and realizing the gift that melanin is People, melanin is a gift. So to the item, I will give a Buju Banton that tells you about African pride. Come pick some shorts. Woo! Rastaman pride. You go on boot here, man. I say yes, ask them, Chris.
I look from where I'm and pick a couple of them. I can't see from further.
Then I can see up front. Of course. Nearsightedness. Time to move forward. Yeah, make you want to dance and jerk your neck and jerk your waist and your hips, you know, that's the African pride. It's interesting when I posted the information about melanin. One of my sisters and them wrote in and said, yo, she's a black girl at the beach that in our bathing suit are taking sunshine and people all want to laugh. Rasta, but I tell you something, you know. Melanin is a gift. It is given to us for whatever reason, and I'm soaking it up. I can take, and we're like batteries. The more the sun goes into you, the melanin goes down to your bone marrow, to all your bones and muscles, muscle fiber. Really, that is a gift. Them people who bleach themselves, man, I say, make them go and bleach themselves, yeah, sir. Them decide to do what they might do for 15 and feel better about themselves. The system makes some of our people like monkey up themselves. So the colonial hierarchy can feel their superiority over us because we keep spending a lot of money for light skin. I got into a conversation with some people the other day, and the young lady thought I was mad at her for using weaves and them thing that, you know, saying that one of the things that a black man, or any man, no man, or other people don't recognize, sometimes when a black woman goes in for a job interview, the girl with the nappy hair has less of a chance of getting a job than the girl with straight hair. That still happens today in Canada. There's no question about it. Saying? So, people like myself and other people said I'm like natural, this and that. You know, there's something out there that says that we need to fit in. As a Jamaican, I had to come here and fit into the society. I had to come here and calm down my Jamaicanness and my loudness and the things about me that I really like. And the things that I'm proud of in Jamaicans. I love when Bolt, in the early days before it became the big thing, when he used to do the lightning bolt, when he used to dance, when he used to skin teeth before the race. Before the world was used to it, they said he was showing off. And now they realize it's just love. So, don't go pretending being something that you're not. And there's a bridge, you know, Montreal, Mikey Dangerous. So I'm gonna beg the mystic of the Z, mystic, for run a tune for me. Cry every day. No, sorry, no, wait a minute. That's blessed. I want the Mikey Dangerous. Don't go pretending, please. More tune for them tonight, my people.
Just be yourself. Don't try to be nobody else. Just know who you are. Yeah. Let me tell you, say, don't pretending to be someone that you know you're not.
Yeah.
Don't pretending to be just who you are. That's all that. Say yeah. Just be a real king and do some real things. And you will
Find out who you are. Who you are.
That's not the sight of RasTafari.
Every human being is a star.
If you wanna be somebody, be you. No one know you today, tomorrow, answer who you. Now people know what gets me realize nothing true. And all they wanna do is just to keep you. I keep on being myself. I can't be nobody else. No way, me no I'm praising feelings. Now serve the money now. Welcome me to your grave. No pretending to be someone that you know you're not. Yeah. No pretending to be just who you are, and that's a fact. Say yeah, just be a real king and do some real things, and you will find out who you are. Boy, just in the sight of
You need to know everybody. You don't need to know everybody.
Have your uniqueness, and Jaja give you that, and know that you're blessed, and that is a fact. Do no flex like say you are idiot. Just listen to the words in the chat, because what? It's a fact of life. Say get to you feel the vision for right. Then everything be nice, because we got to live life for me to just say, don't go pretending to be someone that you know you're not. Yeah. Don't pretending to be just who you are, and that's a fact. Say yeah, just be a real king, I know some real things, and
You will find out who you are. Boy, oh boy.
just another sight of RasTafari.
I've been going down.
One being is a star, so we got your time. I know RasTafari is the ruler. They can never change me. The dangerous me, I know who you are. Never got to know. They keep on talking, but I go for us, a man. Me tell them, say, Babylon,
So if you wanna be
Somebody be you.
no one know you do that tomorrow answer you. The people know what is to realize not true. And all they want to do is just to keep you blue. But I keep on being myself. I now be nobody else. No way, with no cut and praising figures. Now straight with them money now. Well, so me tell you say, don't go pretending to be in someone that you're not. Yeah, yeah. No pretending to be just who you are, and that's so fact. Say yeah, just be a real king. I do some real things. I know when you're just who you are. You're the boy, just another sight of RasTafari. Every human being is a star.
I wanna know.
Yeah, the one called Mikey Dangerous. Every time I hear this track now, I remember my first time ever meeting this agent. It was at a Reggae Music Awards at the JCA, and they closed the door there for me. Yeah. We're at the JCA, and them start play this tune. They say, me run to the stage and start beat on the stage and pull out the tune. Me never hear the tune yet. Me never hear him yet. I never met him. I heard of him, but never really saw him perform or nothing before. I'm gonna tell you right now, that tune them me pull it up, so that's the thing done. I'm gonna run the next one for them, you know. Always talking about RasTafari against domestic abuse. It's the same, what do you call it now? Message. Week after week, sounding like a broken record, but I'm gonna have to do it every week, because I'm proud to do it, actually. I'm gonna say I'm proud because I'm better than nobody. I'm proud for certain, I try to defend anti-sisterins in I community, so, you know, which is good that there have been a couple of instances where some of my sister and them felt threatened, and the first person in car was me. Yeah, I'm the knight in the shining armor, blah, blah, blah. I got all that still, but whenever a woman feels threatened, because I have 4 daughters, a sister, mommy, aunties or cousins, you know, right? And I have to stand firm to make a guy know, so if I'm my daughter, I really deal with it, you know. Me I gotta hook up at some point. And my daughter, them know that I can be done tell them already. I'm not gonna argue with them, I'm not gonna say, oh, daddy, but he really loves me, or he's really good to me, and you know, just sometimes he loses his temper and he hits me. Me not talk to my daughter again, you know, but my deal with you still. And the bullying thing I go on, not to honor people, you know, see. So I'm assisting them out there in the community. If you don't have my phone number, I won't give it to you on here. Call up a brethren or assistant. Sometimes people just want to know. They didn't know. The mask of domestic abuse is held together through silence. There's been silence about it for centuries. It's not news. It's there a long time. So I want to ice up to the one called Blessed Skinner. Peter Skinner. My brethren from a long time, you know. And he's blazing music all of a sudden more and more than he did in the past. And I'm grateful for that opportunity to listen to this man's beautiful music and that blessed voice of his. And this track is directly about and against domestic abuse. He submitted it for the Junos this year. It didn't win enough airplay, and as it should, not only because it's a powerful message, it's a beautiful little tune. So run tune, my brother.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Can't work for the Mikey dance just like that.
We no give you no affection, I never push you down to the ground. Girl, don't make you put your body wrong side. They won't make you cry. every day. No give you no affection, only you will push you down to the ground. Girl, go make you put your body wrong side of the earth. I used to love you like Israel love Moses. Take a picture in all different poses. I sing to you like you're my Moses. No one them want to walk verbal abuse you. I make you feel like I never him choose you. Him not gonna know when him have till him lose you. When him disrespect, make him know you deserve the very best thing. Take for your life, you think it's special treatment. You're not supposed to take a station. Them will make you cry every day. He no give you no affection. All he do is push you down to the ground. Girl, go make you put your body wrong side of the earth. They will make you cry every day. He no give you no affection. All he do is push you down to the ground. Girl, go make you put your body wrong side of the earth. You're majestic, you're so royal queen. You're not a piece of dirt, cause you live your life clean. Don't make up your mind, no turning back. No turning back. You know, don't get frustrated, cause they won't go and fight when a time for love making. You know how to fix your little heart when it's broken. Okay, you deserve the house and the car, a shining star. They never want to put a ring for your finger. Run the dog and tell him down. Gonna make you cry every day. He no give you no affection. All he do is push you down to the ground. Girl, go make him put your body wrong side of the earth. Him gonna make you cry every day. He no give you no affection. All he do is push you down to the ground. Girl, go make him put your body wrong side of the earth. You're a royal empress, and you deserve royal treatment. You're regal, devoted and loyal. And the negative out of your life. Cry every day. He no give you no affection. All he do is push you down to the ground. Girl, go make him put your body wrong side of the earth. Him gonna make you cry every day. He no give you no affection. All he do is push you down to the ground. Girl, go make him put your body wrong side of the earth.
Yeah, man, that's the mighty blessed right out here, right out of Toronto. Yeah, you can't take it down a little bit down high already. And on the phone, I want to welcome the man Ras Denroy Morgan. Some of my very proud Clarendonian brethren. You know, so we have to talk.
Am I speaking to a Clarendonian?
No, you're not, but you know, you have to talk to a Kingstonian, because when they come here, everybody want to come from Kingston. All of a sudden, everybody want to come from Clarendon. What go on?
Well, Clarendon produce some great people still, you know?
Yes, that is so true. That is so true.
So wherever we are, around the world, we are still great, but we still big up the price of Clarendon.
Yes.
And I have to also big up the price of St. Catherine, and I also have to big up the parish of St. Thomas. Because those parish play some major role in my life, personally.
You've been at this for a while.
Yes,
I and I go through some discography, I could even bother, because the singles and the albums, and so I even took a time to look at some of the earlier interviews, and I really enjoyed you had a conversation with a young man from Trinidad, and he asked you a question in a certain way.
Yes.
And you were grateful to not only catch his line of why he was asking it as a colonial person, but I must say you answered the way you were supposed to. So the reason I'm coming with this right now is obviously about your album.
Yes.
We're talking about
musical unity.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, all the work you do. You have what some people will consider the first family of reggae music. Why is it you still a cut music virgin at this time?
First, I would like to greet the audience in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Yeshua ben Elohim, the Son of the Living God. I would also like to greet everyone in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, the restoring Messiah and the fulfillment of God. Why am I making new records? Why am I creating? I will never stop creating. God, as long as I am capable and inspired, I will never stop creating music, because music is a universal language. And music speaks to the heart of man. God, and through music we can carry through a mission that is greater than entertainment. And the fact that my family and I are on that mission, I must continue to help to carry the word to the people.
See, I want to show you, say, truthfully, the reason why I asked the question is out of inspiration. The fact that there are no, you don't have any boundaries.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this album, I don't know if you have listened to it, but
I have.
This album, it means so much to me because of creative freedom. I've had the creative opportunity by being overseen by an A&R person of international record company. And I know what that feels like. And to be able to do spoken words, and I was able to do speeches of His Majesty and do the Psalms of David in a spoken word style and with an R&B tune on it.
Yes.
I did a funky tune on it, and I have these other rude songs on it. I even covered 2 of Bob Marley songs on it, and it's like I just had a field day in creating this album. Like, I got a freedom that I never felt before in making records, because I've always made records for it to be a success. I didn't make this record with the desire and intention for it to be a success, but for it to carry a certain message and a certain honesty within my creativity.
Well, we have to come to that then, because the message is clear, not only by the song Hallelujah. We did play Get Up, Stand Up tonight already. And what is it in your journey now and pushed you to get here, to continue this message? Why do you feel that your voice is going to get heard? You're not making it for money, financial success. So what drove you to make sure it had to happen?
I do believe that the Lord gave the word and this is a compliment and approach. And I am not a politician and I am not a religious person.
See.
I am a spiritual person, an inspired person.
See.
And I do believe that as a Rasta man, I have a calling on my life.
Right.
And my calling is to tell the word that the kingdom of God is at hand. RasTafari. My calling is not according to Europeanized Christianity, but according to the divine promise that the Almighty God has made with our forefathers.
Right.
And the relationship that man have had with the Almighty from the time of Enoch, when man was living for hundreds of years. Enoch, an Ethiopian who was greater than Abraham and holier than Moses.
Yes.
And that relationship that he had with God was that he was able to overcome all the temptation of sin and evil. RasTafari. So in this time it is so difficult for us. That's why the Rasta man have to come in the body and consciousness in which I and I come. To withdraw from Babylon and the system of oppression and evil. Rebelliousness and disobedience against the Almighty and His divine guidance. So I and I have to tell the world, because we as Rasta, we can mix with everything, but we can't blend with nothing but Rasta. RasTafari. From that time to this time. So from the time of Yeshua, when the man comes to tell the man that the kingdom of God is at hand, and come to tell the man and say God is not at the tent of worship or up on the mountain, but God is within you. Right. From that time, and man was so evil and rebellious and ignorant to the divine authority of the Almighty that they crucified him. Yes. But this time when he comes back, the same spirit as a Godhead, in a physical body again, in the personality of his imperial majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, they could not stop that reign. He reigned for 40 years as a Christ-like king. They were Christ-like city. And I rather use the term Christ-like more than Christianity. Because Christianity is like lemonade. It's blend up with Roman and paganism and the teaching of the Holy One.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going like say, nah, man.
RasTafari. So you try to say, I have to resist politicians. Yeah. We have to resist religion. We have to resist the influence of money. We have to resist the influence of sex. We have to resist the influence of violence. Because when these things influence your action, you are being influenced by the opposition of the Almighty Creator of the universe through energy. So we have to understand these things because there's only two energy control the universe. Is the energy of negative and positive, good and evil. Yeah. And the good energy can only be of God.
Yes.
So we want to hold on to that, and these different institutions and organizations and governmental society that I mentioned to you has been the influence over man's life because man has to eat, man has to have shelter, man has to have what you call clothing, and all of those things call for money.
Yes.
And yet you cannot eat money, but to eat you have to have money.
Yes.
You cannot wear money, but to dress nicely you have to have money. You cannot sleep in money, but to have a nice bed in a nice house, you gotta have money. So man creates money, God creates man. And man creates money to oppress the job. And a man, that is the only reason to have more because of greed and selfishness. That's why the few fortunate don't want to help the many unfortunate. So I and I have RasTafari, we have a mission that we have to carry through and give thanks to the gift of music. God bless I and I with the gift of music, that we can find the words, the inspirational words and melodies and rhythm to take it to the people in the form of entertainment and performance. So it's not just the entertainment that I personally is about where my music is concerned, but it's also healing and repair of the mentality of our people. To lift our people, help the blind to see and help the deaf to hear and help the dumb to speak. And the truth of the Spirit of the living God living in man, woman, and children. Yeah, RasTafari.
Yo, that's exactly what I wanted to hear from you when you said in Get Up, Stand Up, Almighty God is within every man. And I like the way it's a subtle thing you said in the song, but I heard you. Because I like
the God.
And listen. Yeah, we know, but to hear you say that, that's a clearer message to those who need to hear the truth. The Almighty God is within all living things, and you know. So when you try to harm anybody else, you're harming yourself. And when I was a youth growing up in the Christian thing, and them said turn other cheek and love thy neighbor like thyself, and I started burn out them things. But when you really check it out, still, you know, if you somebody can hate you all they want, you know, but it's really themselves them I hate. So you just walk wide of them. And that message of positivity that you're bringing with this album, which is why I asked the question, was that, you know, you've a message that you feel the Father want you to say, that the world needs to hear, and I'm grateful that you're still making that message and bringing it to the people.
Thank you.
VP Records is distributing this product.
Yes.
And you said it's been out since what, April?
Yes.
Nice. We're in Canada. We can pick this up. What are we doing online? You know, I'm going to actually look up some of this information and get it to the people still, but I was able to hear just a few tracks off it, but just listening to, you know, a lot of people cover Get Up, Stand Up, you know. I can sing it back to front like everybody else do. You know me can't sing. I'm going to tell you, when I hear when you said a line there, one line in the song, you got my attention. Because you're sending a message to who wants to hear it.
Yes, my brother.
And I was grateful to hear you. Why would you cover the song? And then one line in the song, let me know why you covered it.
Hallelujah! When I'm performing it, I would always dedicate that first verse to the preachers of Christianity today.
Yes.
So all the church leaders today, I dedicate that verse to them, you know? Yes.
Did you perform in August 6th in Jamaica? The Independence. You were supposed to have a performance?
It was in Connecticut.
Connecticut, okay.
So I did it in Connecticut, yes.
Yeah. And how do you feel about the mixed emotions of say the word independence as it pertains to Jamaican people, our flag and our anthem, but also where we are today as a people and as a country?
Yeah. Well, politically, we have improved towards independence.
Mm-hmm.
In 1962 under the British colonial rule.
Yes.
But spiritually and realistically, we still have a governor general there.
Yes, we do.
And he represents the crown.
Yep.
So we still have to give respect to that reality.
Right on.
However, until the mentality of our people is liberated from the ignorance of ourselves and come to the consciousness of who we are, and why we are in this state and what we have to do to make a change. Cha-cha. Because things cannot continue the same way my grandparents show me and my mother and my father show me and expect it. When my children come out of college, instead of they come out of college to be an entrepreneur and to create jobs for those who didn't go to college, they come out of college looking for a job. That's how it's said. But I have to kind of break that pride too. That you come out of college with the knowledge. Now you should create jobs for those who didn't go to college. Instead of that to come out of college now with the mentality of looking a job. So I'm the kind of guy that I kind of have inspiration of college to break out of the box, you know?
Yeah, we can relate to that one. Let me tell people some banana box. Yeah, we move and go with them because they always want to put we in a box, but I don't think we were made for this box. And it has come out so much clearer with reggae music and RasTafari that we don't fit no box. There's no box for us. But when I try to tell you about this box,
Right. So we see the Messianic mission as one, to redeem our people and to restore them back to their true self. Well, as a family, we were called the children of Israel, and we became a nation. But because of disobedience and division, we have been conquered by other nations and seem like we no longer exist. And they stole our culture and our way of worship and try to present it back to us in a different way. And as if they are doing us some kind of justice by bringing us back what's ours in a different wrapping.
Yes, sir.
The message of the revelation is unto I and I, children of RasTafari, to tell the world that the kingdom of God is at hand. And his imperial majesty, empire, and class of earth, is Christ in his human character, He is the restoring Messiah. He is the fulfillment of prophecy, which makes him God manifest in the flesh. Jah RasTafari. And his fulfillment of the Davidic covenant by the way of the Solomonic dynasty. Jah RasTafari. So the promise that God made to David is that there will always be one in the flesh to sit upon the throne of David. So regardless of all that nations of the earth have done to diminish and to hide the nation of Israel, we are here, and we are here with our king. And our kingdom is the earth. The earth is the land and the fullness thereof. So from every nation and from every government, it says, give up. Bring me my sons and daughters from afar. Everyone that is called by my name, we hear him as Jah RasTafari. So it's about the redemption and the restoration for I and I as children of Rastafari. Come together with the love and the consciousness of family. Jah, and let's be a nation that comes from the consciousness of a family. Gathering from the four corners of the earth. That's what it's doing. So that's why I give thanks to music. Our music supplies many places that I can like this.
Yes, sir.
It's got to the item who is in radio.
Yeah.
And can give a person like me an opportunity to...
A person like you, I love your humility.
Explain, yes, my brother.
I love your humility. You're the patriarch of one of the most influential reggae names in the world. The messages you're giving tonight were messages I'm sure your sons and daughters heard from you as they bring it forward in their own music. So your work started and has continued and is still continuing, and it's like so you now style. Which brings me to your Morgan Heritage reunion in September in Connecticut.
Yeah.
What is that like?
It's not a reunion, it's a Thanksgiving.
Aye.
My mother and my father leave this with us. They did not leave properties and bank accounts. They leave the principle of recognizing each other and how good God has been to us. So once a year, in September, the family must come together. Those who want to be born, that means the pregnant woman will come. And those who just born who were here last year, mean the babies to come. And those who were here last year and was here from the foundation, mean all members of the family must come together once a year to give thanks to the Almighty for all that He has done for us as a family. So we call it the Morgan Family Thanksgiving. My brother, it is an inspiration, it is a legacy, and we're trying to carry it on.
I think it's a blessing.
The 2nd of September, it will be taking place in Hartford, so I guess you already know that.
I didn't know, and the last question I'd like to ask you before we move on is, how does it feel to be the patriarch of such a thing? What is that? I have children, and as a parent, every time I see any one of them, my chest swell up. When you're at this reunion at your Thanksgiving celebration of your family, how many people are there of your family, sir?
Oh, well, it started off with 10 of us, my mother, my father, and I have 6 brothers and 3 sisters. So it started off with the 12 of us, 10 children and the me alone is 30 children I have. Me alone is over 90 grandchildren I have.
Only that?
So just from my uncle alone is over 100. So in terms of how many people are there now,
yes,
I can't tell you.
It keeps growing. I think it's one of those things. If I would say to you, not from a very crass fiscal standpoint, talking about money, but more from an example set, especially within black culture, to see that some kind of documentary of that event Do you have something like that? I love black families to see that this does exist with black people.
Yeah, RasTafari. Well, what you have just done, my brother, you have given me the inspiration to bring out to the family members the value that we might have been taking lightly.
Yes, sir.
And taking lightly is to be selfish. I think we should look at it as you are looking at it, and make arrangements to have this done as a part of that temple.
Rastaman, you know, people, I come from a king family in Jamaica, kings. Bentley King used to manage Santos one time, and Herman Woody King, you know, what it would feel to me to be at an event with my father and my uncles and my cousins. We have a massive family and I don't know too many people, so my family has been decimated by colonialism. You have fought through it and created something like this. I think that I done to document that and show the world what one Rastafari family can do and set that example. We're not talking about perfection, we're talking about sticking together as a family.
Right.
And I would be blessed to see footage of that sometime in the new year, Virgin.
I'm going to make arrangements for it to be clean.
Yes, that would be a culmination of your album, I think, too. I am a virgin. I was looking forward to this, you know. I was looking forward to this conversation. So I thank you for taking the time to call in and reaching out and giving the wisdom, knowledge that you have imparted to me and our listeners.
Hallelujah.
So,
I pray that the Creator will allow me to one day meet you in person and meet some of your family in person, and we can shake hands, because sometimes the anointing is passing down from generation to generation.
Yes. Yes.
So,
I'd be honored. I would be, you know, more than honored to even touch spaces with the eyes. So, Clarendon meet Kingston at some point, see? No, I said Clarendon, you will meet Kingston at some point. Me is Kingston, you is Clarendon. In Rastafari and in love.
Yes, I just pull like that. I remember when I was a little boy, about 10 years old, when some Rastaman from Kingston came and made them. When played them, and they was around from Caribbean and Bongo everywhere, and man, they were this patriot.
Yes.
And Europe, I like it closer and I recognize that, because when it came to come and they were teaching and passing on the inspiration of his majesty. So young and old in there, the way that they went through, you know, they suffered bad and their slump, shoes make out a motor tire. You know,
we need to tell them the story that we now back off of that, because we come far.
Beat them and shake them and lock them up. You guys back and cut off man lock it all until the man and go through the whole this. So when some people come now and just put on jet and jump up on a grass and they understand the fullness, we can only tell them humble yourself to and go and learn from the elders that pay the price. And try to know the history of our ancestors that pay the price and lay this foundation. So then I can walk along with our dreadlocks and walk along with integrity and walk along and declare the glory of His majesty and the known to Rome. Yeah! Rastafari! Without doubt and apology, we say, we don't want no more lies. We want the truth. Stop telling people them lie.
Yes, sir.
About transfer to heaven after I die. No, Jah of the heavenly righteousness.
Yes, sir.
That is pure amongst man. Jah. Stop at the people see the painting of Michelangelo is the image of Christ. It's a lie. Let's get the lie out. Stop telling people about the man who lives on the third day and in crucified on Friday. From Friday to Saturday 1 day.
Yeah,
and
see?
Sunday 2 days.
Okay.
So you put the influence that image around people then. Then you will forget how to count.
Yeah. And I thought,
from Friday to Saturday is the third year. How that works?
yeah.
Not two. So we want the light to be removed. Yeah! He that direct to the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Most High is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fallen, from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under thy wings shall thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror that flieth by day, nor the arrow that flieth by night, nor the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor the destruction that wasteth at noonday. That 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come near thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Most High, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come near thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hand, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt on the young lion, and adore the young lion, and the dragon shall thou trample under feet. Because your set is love upon me. Jah, RasTafari, this will I deliver him. Jah, RasTafari, I will set him on high because he hath known my name. Jah, RasTafari, he shall call upon me and I will answer him. Jah, RasTafari, I will deliver him. With long life will I satisfy him. Jah, RasTafari, and show him my salvation. Now and forever, and evermore. Bila. Family that pray together, stay together. Each and every one that shares the scripture with I and I today. Remember, we are family. Jah, RasTafari.
Rastaman. Then Ras Denroy Morgan, thank you, my Arjun, and we will speak again.
Thank you, and continue to support the album. It's available everywhere digital music is sold. Amazon, iTunes, SoundCloud. You can go there and play it. Spotify you can go. And you can follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Jah, RasTafari. I'm on Twitter. Yes, you can follow me also.
Look out for July and I'm going to find you.
Yes, on Instagram you can find me also. And my website is www.denroymorgan.com.
Nice.
And you can check out my YouTube channel where you can see my interviews and my speaking engagement.
I checked it out today. I'm proud of that. I can find you. It's a blessing, Ayajed. You thank you so much, Imagine. It's nice to hear this powerful positivity. And we shall speak again, and I will continue to promote your music and your talent.
Thank you, my brother. Glory to God, may the Almighty continue to guide you and inspire you to be a monster in what you're doing. A monster in a good way. I mean, you feel empowered.
We know what you're talking about, Natty. Trust me, we know what you're doing. Bless you, brother.
Father, I'm going to do the perfect love, my brother. Glory to God.
Rastafari.
Get to you, stand up strong. Get to you, stand up strong. It's so blessed to see the children smile. It's so blessed to see the rain fall. It's so blessed to see the nation rise. It's so blessed to see the sun rise. It's so blessed to see my friends alive. It's so blessed to see the youth. It's so blessed to see my mama smile.
It's a blessing to see the birds fly out.
Because the pains continue to on your journey time. Be not resisting, but you want you to be strong. Never leave your friends behind. The race is not finished. Be you and I is running. It's so blessed to see the children smile. It's so blessed to see the rain fall. It's so blessed to see the nation rise. It's so blessed to see the sun rise. It's so blessed to see my friends alive. It's so blessed to see the youth above. It's so blessed to see my mama smile. It's so blessed to see the birds fly on. Look around us, tell me what you see. They're my secret guidance for us to be. Never want to see me try to want it is from our
Emperor Selassie I name.
We're African. It's so blessed
to see the children smiling, so blessed to see the rain fall, it's so blessed to see the nation rising, so blessed to see the sun rising, so blessed to see my friends alive, it's so blessed to see the youth survive, it's so blessed to see my mama smiling, so blessed to see the birds flying, yo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's so blessed to see the children smiling, so blessed to see the rain falling, so blessed to see the nation rising, so blessed to see the sun rising, so blessed to see my friends alive, it's so blessed to see the YouTube surviving, so blessed to see my mama smiling, so blessed to see the birds flying, yo. They say together, yo, they live as one, yo. Unification, the blood of me are one, yo. It's citation, it gives me meditation, yeah, yeah. What a blessing we come right with the sun, yo. What a blessing that you and I don't go, yo. What a blessing that the children have for. What a blessing young people die. It's so blessed to see the children smiling, so blessed to see the rain falling, so blessed to see the nation rising, so blessed to see the sun rising, so blessed to see my friends alive, it's so blessed to see the youth surviving, so blessed to see my mama smiling, so blessed to see the birds flying, so blessed to see the children smiling, so blessed to see the rain falling, so blessed to see the nation rising, so blessed
to see the nation rise, to see the sun rise. Some of the music I hear, yeah, them have some political overtones or undertones or any kind of tone. But I also love. I love butterflies. I like clouds in the sky. I like the full moon. I like flowers and trees and smells and children and babies and puppies. All the sappy stuff that everybody loves to love. I like to surround myself with that. I got some negative information from different government sources yesterday and some money collecting kind of people and blah blah blah. And it's funny how they all come at you at the same time. But if you maintain your spiritual connection, saying nothing bothers you for real. Yeah, it was a little difficult to fall asleep. So, you know, you turn on a movie, and sure enough, if you ever get interested in, if you want to sleep, turn on a movie you want to watch, you will fall asleep. Because your mind is into the movie. So, yeah, unfortunately I have that first world problem I have, you know. Ras Denroy Morgan, the Morgan heritage as a band and as a family is world renowned and famous. And to think that there's hundreds of them, the whole family coming together on one day a year, every year. Cousins upon cousins upon cousins. The strength you feel in your family is undeniable. Keep your family close to you. Feed off each other, elevate each other. Do what you can with words or deeds to elevate your children especially, you know, and have an interaction with them that's only between you and them. It's not a competition between mom and dad, it's just have your own relationship with your children. So when them think about you and them think about advice, whether you're there or not, my children can hear me in their heads, whether I'm there or not. Sometimes they tell me it's annoying, but I didn't lecture them, but I gave them information. You know, see, So I love the fact that it's family first. With all the fame and money, family come first. I want to say big up to Toronto Reggae out there. Jason, doing what you do. Proud of your work, my friend. Proud to work alongside you. Heights Up to Roots Reggae Radio. This station is opening so many doors for so many people. So I'm grateful to be a part of it. And yeah, we're gonna do what we can to elevate Reggae Media. Once a big up to my Virgin Earl out there. Even though you're not here, you're always here. The Mystic of the Z, Tall People, and some of the other short people out there too. I'm gonna end up tonight with one of my favorite tracks of all time. It's becoming one of my favorite tracks of all time. The band called Midnite. The man is called Von Benjamin. And this is some advice I give to all of you. Run tune selector. Love the life you live. Live the life you love. Volume. Woo! Mystic Z. No problem, my friend. Thank you. Live the life you love. Keep turning this way. Goodness and mercy, driven from the minds of the people of Plantation. Josiah, Josiah, have mercy, Josiah. So goodness and mercy. Goodness and mercy, driven from the minds of the people of Plantation. Josiah, Josiah, Josiah. Thank you. Thank you.
Morgan Reed, you know? Yeah, man.
Yo. It's nice that I'm hearing those voices. I hear a man quote scripture, you know, I'm not read it to you. I'm not read that. Because I quote this.
Yeah, man.
Now talk about religion. RasTafari is something you live every day. You can be Rasta yesterday and forgive out to today and Rasta tomorrow. Every minute of the day.
Come on, Rasta for you.
Me here said them film concert never too well attended either. But the Harbourfront one where we big up, them look like them had a show. Them had line up. And then Sunday night, Sankofa had a night vibe. So I'm notice a difference when we do something than otherwise. So now, it's a vibe, it's a positive energy that we can bring to the people, eh?
Unity is strength, you know?
Unity is strength. What I'm saying? Of the Most High Jah. You are living in the holy places of the tabernacle of the Most High Jah. Woo! Lead the life you love. You lead the life you love. Lead the life you love. Humanitarians, those of you saving only animals. Humanitarians, remove the skin from your eyes. Humanitarians, saving whales. What about humanity? Remove the skin from your eye. The eye word. Lead the life you love. Don't shed no tears. You don't shed no tears.
You don't shed no tears. When I cry dry. When I cry dry. When I cry dry. When I cry dry. Live the life you live. Live the life you love. You live the life you love. 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 Hey, 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 hey. You are living in the holy places of the tabernacle of the Most High Jah. You are living in the holy places of the tabernacle of the Most High Jah.
I'm not forgetting. I was in another song.
You want the music, right?
No, run music. No, this is already film.
Okay, got
Because I didn't expect my tall friend to make it today.